up in the air if you're feeling us. Walk into the room looking like $1 million. Yeah, we moving on up like the Jeffersons. If it ain't about a bag, then don't hold me up. I'm going hard for my county, I ain't letting up. DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Yeah, we moving on up. Home team, yeah, you know that we coming up. Put your hands up in the air if you're feeling us. Walk into the room looking like $1 million. Yeah, we moving on up like the Jeffersons. If it ain't about a bag, then don't hold me up. I'm going hard for my county, I ain't letting up. DC, Maryland, and Virginia. Yeah, we moving on up.
Being in Ghana really drove home that I am a resilient, powerful woman. So it's day 2 in Ghana, but this is our first retreat day. So we're here for homecoming, and I tell you, I have all the feels. Like, I keep getting these like big lumps in my throat. I'm already such a crybaby, emotional woman, and so I keep getting these lumps in my throat. Like, I just want to cry, and I don't know why. But today we start our retreat day, and tomorrow we go into the villages, and I'm just beyond excited for what's to come the rest of this week. So, you know what was really challenging for me though was figuring out what to wear for this. It was the hardest packing that I've done for a trip. We're so excited about this. We're going on our educational tour today. And we're going to be out in the villages today. Right. Lots to learn. I think we're going to the museum and a few other things. So, yeah, you know. Going up to the top of the tower. Get my steps in for sure. It's so important for me to be able to step away from work because it allows me to come back stronger, because I'm able to take some time for myself, reflect, just rest. Rest is so important, and that is something that I prioritize in my life. There were so many lessons in Ghana, from leadership to life to who I am, to who I want to be, to what I want to bring back to my family. I know that every single part of this trip deposited something in me that I can never forget. So we just saw some of the slave tunnels where they were taken and then sent through to the slave ships. It was pretty intense. So I don't even know how I always ended up in the back of the bus, but being in the back of the bus and going on our first excursion and feeling how awful these roads were was literally the worst time on this trip. I was so sick, my butt hurt. It was awful, but it was also really exciting because I knew we were going someplace, and the thought that this is how people have to travel every day. We just came back from our first part of the educational tour today, and it's lunchtime. Loving the seats already. It's a buffet, so we're gonna get some Ghanaian fare, and I'm excited. It's been a good day. It's been a really good day. I'm not a big history buff, but today's history was really good. I'm trying this fufu. Never had it, but I mean, look, she's doing it, so I gotta eat it with my fingers. All right, here we go.
How is it? It's good. It's spicy, but it's good.
My favorite dish in Ghana turned out to be fufu. I didn't even know what to do with it at first, but I was told when you go to Ghana, you have to have fufu. Well, my first taste of fufu and using my hands and touching it and not using a fork and being all cutesy was absolutely amazing. I just got to slurp and eat and do all the things, and the food was so good. The only thing was I really didn't know what kind of meat was in there, and that was a little disgusting. But aside from that, fufu became my favorite dish in Ghana. So we are on day 3 in Africa, and we're on our bus with our guide. And we're going into the Ghanaian tribe today, and they are known for their bead making, and so I'm really excited about that. Beads are rituals here for females, and they're made of glass in this tribe, this particular tribe. And so we're going to learn more of the culture of the beads that really are supposed to be worn and hidden, not worn and adorned for everyone to see, but for your husband to see. And there's all kinds of other things about it that I'm excited to learn and bring some beads back for some of the ladies in my family. So, yay! Finished in the bead shop, and I am so excited. Oh my gosh. Watching them put the beads together, watching the process and the spiritual space around it. Oh my God, this has been amazing. Absolutely amazing. Perfect day so far. Going into the villages and seeing how they live, how they make money, how they support their families was really exciting. How the families come to help sort and do all the things and string for them to be able to build wealth themselves through the handicrafts that they have learned as children. We are going into the Botanic Gardens, Krobos tribe. So we're in a Bury Botanic Gardens. This is wild. We're about to go inside this tree right here. And we can look all the way up to the top inside the tree. So that was an incredible experience. I don't know if y'all watch From, but going inside the tree and being able to see all the way to the top of that tree is wild. It's so crazy and exhilarating all at the same time.
So the tree explained for us to understand how life is all about. When you look up, all the richest people are sitting on top, rich people, and then we are poor people, struggle at the bottom, all the way to climb up to the top.
During this retreat, I learned that I am a truly powerful woman. It gave me more depth into what that truly means, the history of my people, and how that is embedded in my DNA. I am not just a businesswoman here, but I was born from that. I was born from leaders. I was born from people of perseverance. So what I feel, what I know, it comes from something deeper than just me right now and what I've built here, but from legacy and generations and ancestors and all the parts of me that I found in Ghana. So we are headed into the villages today, into the Confronting tribe, to see the slave castles and the slave river. And we're going through the capital of the Fonty villages right now, and the Fonty people. So we've been on dirt roads most of the time. You can see behind me. And yeah, it is bumpy. When I say, like, this has been 2 hours. Most of the roads are unpaved. So we finally got to the slave river, and we're gonna go get in it. So I know it's gonna be pretty emotional.
And whenever we even mention their names, people tell us it's evil, so we desist from it. Today we are here to tell them, if we have wronged them in any way, they should forgive us.
Amen.
We are still their children.
So we're walking barefoot on literally our ancestors' graves to the river that they had to cross in chains and shackles. And I can't even imagine the pain. Of our people.
Yeah. Right. We are coming back to our ancestors to tell them that the river that the word said you took your last bath in, it is never your last bath. Because I don't believe any of them died. No. Because when I look at you, I see the reincarnated versions of those that died.
Amen.
And we are coming back to our ancestors. But we are going to meet with our ancestors at the river. Because they put those in their songs. In Negro spirituals, they always sing about rivers.
That's where
take me to the water. When they told us that we were going to the last bath, it was heartbreaking. We literally got to experience and walk barefoot. The same walk that our ancestors did, to the same water that they had to navigate in the dark, bleeding, hands tied, all types of things, bugs, all the things happening to them. And it was very emotional. This is very emotional. So we are hiking today. We're going up to the ladders at the park, at the rainforest. There are 240 elephants in this rainforest.
This thing can cater for 2 elephants at a time.
Wow.
The maximum weight is 8 tons. And we are going to do 7 bridges. From here to the tree over there is the first one.
The biggest takeaway for me in this trip to Ghana was about not allowing our history to be erased. Like, our history and genetics means so much, and allow us to really reflect on how we got to where we are and who we are, and really ground me in that purpose. So we just arrived at the palace for the naming ceremony, which is a highlight of the trip, where we get to learn our name that we would have been given if we were born in Ghana. And so our Ghanaian name, and so I'm really excited about that. The thing about Ghana that really stood out to me was how the people really embraced each other. People are kind, but they were also in like royal dress, like looking out at the sea of people that look like me. It was just amazing. Hearing the drumbeat and seeing the people dance and welcome me was the reality check that I needed, that I am actually in Ghana.
That's the sound. Your ancestors, you are welcome.
Victory!
victory.
It's for good health, prosperity, and good luck at all times.
Some of you can join this.
You can come here, come this way.
Victory!
The naming ceremony was so exciting. I didn't know what to expect, but we were in the presence of the king and the king's council, and they actually gave us our names, and we learned so much about how people are named when they are born in Africa and what those names mean. And so to walk away with my name and knowing what it means, and that there's such significance in naming a child, and that we got that experience, was one of the highlights of this trip for me. We're headed into the slave dungeons. Another heavy day. We just came from the naming ceremony on high, and now we are going into the dungeons.
As we connect ourselves to this dungeon, we are going to see how the journey of one ancestors began from this place. Why this dungeon? This was the first slave dungeon built by the Portuguese in the year 1482. Now this courtyard is the male slave courtyard.
We're headed to the female dungeons.
This entire courtyard is the women's slave courtyard or the female slave courtyard. So all the rooms to the ground floor were used as dungeons for the women. About 400 enslaved women were shared among these dungeons of British.
My heart is beating so fast walking into the slave castles. I can't imagine just even standing outside of this, how our people survived. And then when they told us that the floor is our DNA, it's so thick, I thought it was mud that had hardened. And knowing that it's the DNA of my people really kind of made me angry inside. Like, this makes me angry and sad and scared all at the same time. Like, how did we endure something so horrible and still come out to be such a resilient people?
Now this is not a cell, neither a dungeon, but this room is called the intersection room. Why intersection? For several days, please come this way, so that those who are here, some of those people. Why intersection? For several days, weeks and months in the dungeon, both sexes did not see each other because they were separated by putting them in separate dungeons. So when the ship arrived, all the men who survived came to the one that we just used, and the woman who survived came to this side. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is it. Standing in the door of no return really made my heart ache, because you're looking out onto this beautiful beach with this beautiful water and this big ship, and you don't even know where you're going. I can only put myself in my ancestors' shoes and feel what they were feeling. But also standing there reminded me of how free and how powerful we really are, because I could make a different decision. I could walk out of that door. And it's because of their suffering that I was able to stand there and see it from a different view. Taking this trip to Ghana wasn't just about stepping away. It was about stepping deeper into who I am as a mother, a leader, a woman in business. I am Ama Keswa.
Khristopher Village is a group of individuals who have decided to join us in supporting families battling childhood cancer.
So when we pull up to Sibley, what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull to the second traffic circle. From there, it's a straight shot to the photon room. So there's two rooms. There's the photon room and the proton room.
It was really important for me to be a part of the Khristopher Village Toy Drive because kids are really at my heart. It's something that I was passionate about teaching and something that I'll be passionate about forever. So to be able to be involved in that with Kelia and Steven was really important because I also know how much it means to them.
Every year, Kelia has her toy drive for Khristopher Village. And this year, I not only donated, but I was asked to participate in it, and it just so happened that I have an elf costume, and being that I'm pretty close to elf size, I thought it was a great idea to dress up and be able to go deliver the toys dressed as an elf.
This isn't just a toy drive, it's a way to honor my son and bring joy to the children who need it the most. We do the toy drive specifically for Sibley Memorial Hospital because while my son was receiving his treatments, he had to go to this specific hospital to do so. After he received his treatments, he would receive a toy to take home. So he started calling it the toy hospital. With that memory, we decided we're going to do a toy drive every birthday and every Christmas or holiday season to deliver toys to the toy hospital in his honor.
Because we're not going to put everything out at the exact same time because we like to rotate it. Exactly.
Make it last. Make it last. Make it last.
Do you want to load up the cabinet maybe?
Yes.
So if you don't know, this is at the end of treatment, depending on the age. Yeah, obviously not the younger kids, but for the older kids, we meaning Child Life stocks up the cabinet with something age appropriate and stuff that they enjoy that we usually talk to the parents beforehand and we're like, okay, what's there, you know, and we let them pick presents for both themselves, any siblings, and you know, it's a yay, I did it, aren't I cool? So that's the Cabinet of Wonders, and we have one on both sides.
So the Cabinet of Wonders is a cabinet within the facility where they house all the toys, where after a child receives any type of treatment, they get to go to the Cabinet of Wonders and pick a toy, any toy, for themselves. And if they have siblings, they're also able to pick toys for their siblings as well. If Khristopher had the opportunity to visit the Cabinet of Wonders again, he would definitely pick anything Spider-Man and anything Legos because he was a master at Legos.
So Khristopher, when he would wake up from his treatment, you have to eat before he can leave to make sure he can swallow all that good stuff.
During Khristopher's treatments, he had to be put to sleep for 30 days straight. And if you've ever been put to sleep before, you know that you can't eat prior to the anesthesia. And when he would come out of his sleep, he would always ask for pancakes. Always ask for pancakes. So it got to the point where we would always have either pancakes ready for him, or we would already have the pancakes with us, or Stephen would always have the pancakes with him to take to the hospital with him so Khristopher could eat his pancakes. Because Khristopher always asked for pancakes, the doctors and the nurses, they came up with Flapjack Fridays. We donated a griddle to the hospital. We kind of snuck it in so that when Khristopher came out of his sleep on Fridays, the pancakes would be there fresh for him to eat. Khristopher was diagnosed with terminal brain cancer and was given 6 months to live. When that news got out to our family, to our friends, the support just flooded in, and there were just so many toys that were delivered to our house for Khristopher. And Khristopher just enjoyed every time the doorbell rung. There's a gift, there's a gift. Like, he just knew that there was a gift for him, and that was his excitement for the day. It got to the point also where so many toys came at a time where our supporters did not know that Khristopher wasn't actually able to play with the toys. So at that point, we started just collecting toys. And then we started to donate the toys to the hospitals that we were visiting. After Khristopher passed away, and my hope was to keep his name alive, considering he was only here for 4 years, we decided to start the Khristopher Village Toy Drive, continuing to collect toys and bringing that same joy to other children. When people think about Khristopher Village Toy Drive, they have to say his name. When we donate the toys to the hospital, the doctors, the nurses, they all remember Khristopher, so they continue to say his name. So for me, it's just a matter of always hearing his name or just having his name repeated. My favorite moment from the toy drive event was filling up the cabinet and really seeing how many toys were donated, and also being able to see one of the little girls, she came in and she was picking things out for her and her sister, and that was really a nice moment to see. Things like this really show what the home team is about, because we're all about service, we're all about giving back to others in their most vulnerable moments, and just being that place of hope and light in their lives.
Being a part of Khristopher Village Toy Drive reflects being part of the home team. It's our reason for existing. It's our part of the community. It's giving to family, because we are family here. It's making the community our family. We don't just live our lives and not think of anyone else. We try to think of everyone else and make sure that there's something they have to look forward to, that there's something great out there.
I love showing up for the agents here and people in general, because I know what it feels like to not have someone show up for you. And also, I just feel like if we don't start showing up for each other, then who will? The moment walking through the hospital was emotional for me, because during Khristopher's treatments, I wasn't able to go to the hospital.
It was during COVID and only one parent could go. So Khristopher's father, Stephen, would always take him to his doctor's appointments. And to walk through that hospital for the first time for myself, it kind of felt like I felt his spirit in the room, but without being able to physically see him. So it hit me kind of hard. I wasn't expecting it, but I'm happy that I was able to see where he received his treatments, to see the bell that he rung after he received his treatment. It was just a different experience for me.
Oh my gosh.
You know you made me cry in front of everybody.
I didn't mean to.
It was so sweet. No. Yes. You remember the missus?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I was not expecting that.
It was perfect, man. They told,
they played that video like right before I was supposed to talk. It got me good.
So to watch Khristopher Village grow and impact more families each year would mean everything to me, everything to my family. Again, one, because it keeps Khristopher's name alive, and then two, having us grow and be able to support those families financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, on all levels would just be exactly the purpose for Khristopher's Village.
Waffles are just pancakes with abs.
Real estate is not just about buying and selling. Sometimes it's about vision, and sometimes it starts when a place looks like this.
Here we go. Here we are anyway. So this is all from the beginning after we finished with the demolition, we remove everything, we clean the house. Now the framing is almost completed. We're ready to continue with the electrical plumbing.
Okay.
And that's the plumbing right there.
Okay. My initial thoughts was that it was a hoarder's house. It had so much debris and trash and equipment and things, boxes. It had busted pipes and leaks and everything that you would think, mold. It was distressed to the full extension of the word distress. So even though I felt like it would be a lot of work, I knew it would be a great opportunity as well. The biggest challenges that you face when you're initially investing into real estate is the condition of the property has to be evaluated thoroughly by a professional that you trust that's licensed, bonded, and insured. You have to make sure that they're so accountable to not just you and themselves, that they can produce the kind of quality of workmanship that protects you from being liable for any unforeseen mistakes and improvements, such as distressed work that wasn't corrected properly can end up being, responsible for lawsuits and things of that nature. So you got to have a team that's around you that you can trust that will deliver the workmanship that's going to make the home so safe that it's never going to be a liability to anybody that makes the initial investment or the person that buys it later.
So up here they still have some more framing to be completed, but it seems like they're going to be finished in the next 2 days.
And then this area right here. How you feel about this skylight?
Personally, I don't like it.
Okay.
I mean, you can always just leave it and use it as I guess the house needs to breathe, and you can always keep it. But this will be my house. I wouldn't keep it.
You wouldn't keep the skylight?
Not at all.
Any particular reason?
I'm just not a fan of it.
Okay, got it. So when you look at property, a lot of people look at property and the house could exist as a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. If you have the insight to understand the local economy, the local economics, and you can make this property become something more than what it exists as, anytime you can improve with rooms, bathrooms, kitchens, crown moldings, and things features that elevate a property and separate it from the competition in the market. If something exists like it and it got a certain number, by the time you acquire it, improve it, and make it like that comp that was higher, you've now created the same value and you would reap the same return because you've now elevated the property to becoming an immaculate property like that existing comp. Like, for example, my property existed as a 3-bedroom, 1-bath. I took this property and I'm now going to make it a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. So it's 2 master suites, 2 master baths, 2 master bedrooms, and a bedroom, bath, living, dining room, suite area in the basement. So it's a 3 and 3 as opposed to a 3 and 1 when it was acquired. I've now elevated this property to become something more significant than what it was before, which now reaps a benefit financially. That's how we do that.
You see how when you come through the back door, it wants you to do all of this?
Yeah.
Can't we just make that a hallway? We'll just go straight back and the door's just there to access to the room?
I think that's actually gonna be better.
So you don't gotta go through here to come out there? Because this is the room. You gotta go through the room just to come through here and go back to the bathroom. Just make that wall there.
Just make that as an
and just make that the hallway, and you gotta come out the room one time.
Yeah.
You see what you
Yeah,
think?
you don't have to go in the
You see what I'm
room.
saying?
It's better to come this
Yeah.
one here. So just go straight. You
Uh-huh.
don't have to come in the room.
That's right. I think as long as it exists, it won't matter. We don't have to do it don't have to be an addendum done to this plan.
No.
We can just,
It's
as
not
long
a
as it
bearing.
exists.
It's not a bearing wall, so it's fine.
Right.
You can modify it.
Yeah.
When we were looking over the plans and we were discovering what the architect had designed the home to become versus what we acquired it for, you want to look at the significance of have the contractors follow the framing to the T? Are the measurements and dimensions correct? Are the people that follow behind framing, such as HVAC, plumbing, and electrical, which will be the order of operation when you're going into that process, did they do their jobs right? Is everything in the proper space? Is it in the proper spot? Because any dimension or anything that's off could be a defect in the eyes of an inspector, which you have to pass inspections as you continue to develop the property. So those were the important things that you need to see, because before you can close walls, all mechanicals and functionalities of the home have to be correct. Therefore, it doesn't leave anybody in type of liability or limbo situations that could be an issue later on. The significance of what I want to do with the basement is different for many reasons. One, when I initially saw the basement, it was full of debris and just full of trash everywhere. And then having the ability to remember what I did to the prior property on the same street, I wanted to deliver a similar delivery to the basement, but I wanted to also give it more. So in this particular property, it was a blank canvas. What I decided to do was to give it a rec room, make it an income livable area.
So you said the drain would need to be bigger.
Yeah, it gotta be big.
And then some part will be here, and then the proofing will be that wall? No.
Everything, all the way around.
All the way around? Okay, and in the front.
Oh, okay.
Right there, right? Because the water obviously came from here and there
And
at
from
one
there.
point. So that's why he's saying that.
Very connected from here.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Not that side.
Right?
It should be on that side. 'Cause
All around there, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All the way around.
yes, like for the kitchen, do you have any questions or anything that it concerns?
So we're gonna have an island in the kitchen. We want to do courts with it, with a waterfall on each side. And I guess is the only side cabinets gonna be along the wall and underneath the island. So there's the only set of cabinets, top and bottom, then the island, and then the accent wall. I guess is that wall where he's standing? Is that where the stove is all along that wall right there, or is it over here? It's that wall,
It's over
right?
there, yeah, on that side.
Okay.
The plan is to invest in it, build it up, bring the value to a significant number, benefit from the financial return, take the profit, and invest in other business opportunities that I have in line going forward.
It is so important to get together with other broker owners that have the same unique things that are going on in your market. I love this broker owner council that we have put together. When I started my brokerage, no one invited me to their table. So in true Wyevetra fashion, I created my own.